A local school district is hoping next month's primary election will help its funding. The Athens Fire Department is holding its annual water rescue training.
And in sports, the Cleveland Indians play tonight and are looking to bounce back from their loss last night. Newswatch starts right now.
Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
An Alexander School District levy will be on your ballot in May. Good evening, I'm Matt Cuddy. Thanks for joining us. In addition to statewide offices, there are several local ballot issues for primary voters. The Alexander School District is attempting once again to pass an income tax levy. This is the third attempt in just the last 2 years. Voters haven't approved a levy in 27 years, but this time they hope to break their nearly three-decade-long losing streak. WOUB's Jennifer Prempa looks into what that entails.
The levy is familiar to voters. The school district has been persistent about getting it passed because the district has been flat funded from the state for the last 8 years. Alexander School Board President Fred Davis says it is critical that the levy pass. If not, the school will not receive additional funding from the state.
And the state says we are not paying our fair share toward educating our students in the Alexander school system. And basically we'll get no new money until we start to pick up what they perceive as our fair share.
The odds of a successful election are not great for the school district, and despite the obvious need, the community has no answers as to why it continues to reject the tax.
If this doesn't go through, I really think that the school board and other folks need to do some research in the community to figure out what it is, like why isn't it passing? Because there's definitely a need. And budget cuts are happening, and they are almost positive from what I've read that they aren't going to get any more money from the state. And so something has to happen.
If passed, the levy will last for a period of 5 years and would go into effect on January 1st, 2019. But if the levy doesn't pass, Alexander schools may increase fees for classroom and after-school activities. For WOUB News, I'm Jennifer Prempa.
Voters have already begun to cast their ballots in early voting, but the election is May 8th. To find out how the district has saved money in the past, log on to woub.org. The Athens Fire Department is conducting its annual water rescue training in the Hocking River. The training is split up into 3 days, and today was day 2. Rope work training, what to do when a boat flips over, and how to get a rescue into a boat were some of the things covered today. Firefighters said today was a good day for the training because the water in the Hocking River was high from the rain. Lieutenant Dan Riley had positive feelings about how today's training went.
I think the training is going very well. Like I said, we have several new guys, so their enthusiasm, helps keep things up and moving.
The last day of water rescue training will be tomorrow.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Josh Gregory with a look at your weather today. We had another wet one, not as bad as yesterday, but again, overcast skies and drizzles every here and there today. 59 degrees is where we are sitting right now. And if we look at tonight, though, plan ahead because 45 degrees, we're going to have partly cloudy skies. And then as we get to noon tomorrow, 51 degrees. And if you look at our 7-day forecast, Wednesday, today, 61 degrees was our high, 64 Thursday, 67 Friday. And then as we look into our weekend and then our week ahead, it's going to be pretty sunny skies and smooth sailing from there. And then across the region right now, 59 degrees, like I said, is where we're sitting. Across the board, mid to high 50s, and then 60, our warmest point in Ripley. But those the cloud coverage and those rain drizzles, that's going to be in effect everywhere today, right now, tonight, and then a little bit in the morning. Matt, a lot of this is going to lead to foggy, patchy fogs tomorrow morning and some humid conditions tomorrow as well.
Thanks for your work, Josh. Thank you. Madison, Ohio School Board has given the green light to arm teachers, staff, and administrators to protect students. but the move left parents and community members seemingly split on the issue. Amanda Kelly reports.
School board members in Madison have dealt with a school shooting of their own just 2 years ago. Now they're taking student safety to the next level.
Will grant written authorization to approve volunteers so that they may convey deadly weapons or dangerous ordnance into a school safety zone.
The resolution allows teachers and staff to carry as long as they have a valid CCW and active shooter training annually. But that isn't sitting well with some parents.
Studies have shown time and time again that the more weapons we add into a community, the less secure, the less safe it is.
Others at the meeting were still enraged. Students were punished for protesting gun violence in schools last month, including shooting victim Cooper Caffrey, and held a moment of silence during public comment.
That shows extremely poor judgment on the part of our school administration for punishing a guy that was shot in this school for protesting against school shootings.
Board members passed the resolution unanimously.
Mr. Robinson? Yes. Mr. Norvell?
Yes.
Some community members praised the board for their attempts to improve safety, no matter what the cost.
If you people want to protest something, why don't you go to the state level and protest God being taken out of our system? That's what's created all of this.
School board members and the superintendent declined to say when the process of arming teachers and staff could begin. A Cleveland fertility clinic responsible for destroying over 4,000 eggs and embryos is now facing one lawsuit. On Monday, a judge ruled that the over 40 lawsuits filed by more than 70 plaintiffs were all substantially the same. Subsequently, the judge ordered for all the suits to be condensed into one case against the clinic. The eggs and the embryos were destroyed back in early March after a storage tank malfunction. The West Virginia Cancer Institute will be offering discount mammogram clinics next month. The screening clinics will take place each Saturday at the Women's Imaging Center in Martinsburg. The program is open to anyone age 35 and older. The discounted fee is $60, but limited funds are also available for anyone who cannot afford the fee. New studies show a popular ingredient in your food could be negatively impacting your health. And President Trump held his first state dinner last night. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
We are here for the same reason, although I suspect we hope for different results.
You know what they say, yeah.
I do not admire you for this.
Looking at my heart in a place.
It's always sex, isn't it?
Love.
Poor judgment.
We are not amused.
Dear God.
Travel on my left, travel on my right. I've been facing trouble on my side.
This is how you'll be a man.
Are you becoming squeamish?
Oh, God, your mother's here.
The lesbians. They're getting married. You're having a great time.
God, don't let me lose my mind.
Onward and onward!
Good ideas open up a whole new world of possibilities.
The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself.
The sky is the limit.
Where I go, there you are.
French President Emmanuel Macron addressed a joint session of the U.S. Congress today after spending 2 days with President Trump, discussing important issues like the Iran nuclear deal, the state of the Syrian civil war, and counterterrorism efforts. Omar Jimenez recaps the address.
French President Emmanuel Macron stepping into a joint session of Congress.
The United States is the one who invented this multilateralism.
His remarks come as part of his state visit to the United States, marked by behind-the-scenes policy negotiations and warm public interactions. The president even tweeting, "Looking forward to watching President Macron of France address a joint session of Congress today. He will be great." But the two differ on a number of topics, including the Iran nuclear deal, set to expire on May 12th.
It's a bad deal. It's a bad structure.
We signed it at the initiative of the United States. We signed it, both the United States and France. That is why we cannot say we should get rid of it.
Macron went on to indicate they may aim for a new deal to curb Iran's ballistic missiles program. Also, a point of disagreement, climate change. President Trump pulled the U.S. out of the historic Paris Climate Agreement last year.
There is no planet B. One day, the United States will come back and join the Paris Agreement.
Despite their differences, though, the two countries were unified in their goal of a denuclearized North Korea and in their response to chemical weapons used in Syria, a relationship that continues to play a key role in the international community. In Washington, I'm Omar Jimenez.
Today is the last day of President Macron's visit to the U.S. The Supreme Court hearing arguments about one of the most controversial moves of the Trump administration, the travel ban. This latest version limits immigration from several Muslim-majority countries, as well as North Korea and from Venezuela. At the Supreme Court today, the government argued President Trump's ban is crucial to national security. Opponents said that it represents executive overreach, lacks justification, and unconstitutionally bans Muslims based on their religion. The justices took turns questioning in a crucial moment. Justice Anthony Kennedy, who could be the key swing vote, seemed to express more sympathy for the president's position. Demonstrators protested the travel ban outside the travel ban. It's an ingredient you probably add to your morning coffee or find in your diet soda, and it could be negatively impacting your health. New research shows artificial sweeteners may actually be hurting you, not helping you. Reed Binion has more in today's Health Minute.
It adds 0 calories to your drink, but it may add pounds to your body. A new report finds that no-calorie artificial sweeteners actually cause you to gain weight instead of helping you slim down. According to a study in the journal Experimental Biology, there's a link between no-calorie sugar substitutes and metabolic changes at the genetic level that could lead to diabetes and obesity. Researchers found that exposure to artificial sweeteners for 3 weeks altered the expression of certain genes responsible for breaking down fat. Researchers witnessed an increase in lipids in the bloodstream and a decrease in the molecule involved in clearing fat from the bloodstream. Scientists say the most surprising finding was that metabolic changes didn't occur when cells were exposed to natural sugars like glucose and fructose. Instead of altering certain genes, researchers say natural sugars contribute to cardiovascular disease through insulin resistance and by damaging the cells and blood vessels. The new research adds to the debate over artificial sweeteners and their impact on health. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
The FDA has approved only 6 artificial sweeteners for consumption, saying they're safe as long as they are used in moderation. The 2 Ohio zoos have some adorable new residents. That story's still ahead.
And coming up after the break, we will have some rainy conditions tonight, but as well as some sunny skies in the week ahead. I'll show you why that is next on Newswatch. But first, a look at stocks of local interest.
I don't mind saying it.
Now you look like an astronaut.
My dream is to walk on the moon.
2, 1.
Look at this place. It's a crazy design.
It's nearly impossible.
What is the next step toward furthering our presence in the cosmos?
That was something.
Oh, this is incredible. Very, very scary.
Reality is always more unbelievable than anything we could have imagined.
We're literally on the cutting edge.
Unreal.
Hi, I'm Hari Srinivasan from the PBS NewsHour.
And I'm Mark Brewer from WOUB.
Join me on PBS NewsHour and PBS NewsHour Weekend for the latest news and analysis of the issues that matter most to you.
Weeknights at 7 p.m. and Sundays at 5 right here on WOUB Public Media.
Welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. 59 degrees where we're sitting right now. Those overcast skies probably going to turn to showers here in the next hour, 2 hours with some 8-mile-per-hour winds coming out of the northwest. So it's going to start feeling a little cooler and we'll have a dramatic cool down later on in the night. But like I said, it's pretty similar across the board what we're feeling right now. 59 in Columbus. We have overcast skies everywhere we look. And then 58 Jackson and Ironton. 60, that's our warmest point right now. And every area is going to see a dramatic cool down. But 61 degrees our high today, pretty average for what we were expecting now. 65, which is the normal high, and then our low, just 1 degree difference from the normal. 91, our record high, 30, our record low. And keep in mind, our days are getting longer. Sunrise, 6:30 a.m., and then sunset, 8:16 p.m. So this right here, this storm system and this storm system right over West Virginia, that is where we are seeing some of those showers coming from. Let's zoom in. So we have a storm system right over West Virginia, and we're seeing bits and pieces of that right here in southeast Ohio, stretching up into the center of our state, right around Columbus. But that is going to leave our area tonight, leaving no chance for rain in the next couple days. And we won't see any storm systems in our area at the start of next week, leading to some sunny skies. So 41 degrees, mostly cloudy. That's what we're going to be at tonight with some patchy fogs after midnight tonight. So pretty cool day, and it's going to lead to another cool morning. Wind speeds pretty calm throughout the night, and that's across the region. 40 in Marietta. Pretty similar conditions, partly cloudy skies for a lot of the night and some showers in the early parts of the morning. And plan your night accordingly. So 54 degrees, that is where we are going to be at 8 o'clock, 50 at 10, 45 at midnight. So rain clearing out around then. And then 42 degrees is where we're going to be tomorrow morning. So right around 8 when the kids are getting ready, make sure they have those jackets. And on your way to work, keep in mind that fog. That's going to be a factor in those temperatures this coming morning. So when we get into tomorrow, 64, that is going to be our high with some pretty sunny skies, a little cloudy here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be pretty sunny throughout the area. 63 in Marietta, pretty much similar conditions, all in the mid to low 60s. 65, our warmest points in Jackson and Ironton. And tomorrow night, pretty cool, 43 in Athens, so dramatic cool down everywhere we look as far as our region goes. So 45 degrees is our temperature for tomorrow. 51, dramatic cool, or warm up between midnight, 12, and then 2. And so when we look at our extended forecast, 61 degrees, that's where we're at today. A little warm up from Thursday and Friday. We're going to see a dip in temperature, 63 on Saturday. But on Sunday, 63, that is going to lead to a dramatic warm up for the week ahead, 71, 78 Monday and Tuesday. And if you look at that, no clouds, all sunny skies, and a lot of that is due to the storm systems that are going to leave our area this week and over the weekend. But those cool downs definitely going to hit us pretty hard with this weekend coming. Matt.
The next time you visit one of the Smithsonian museums in Washington, you may be greeted by a robot. Micah Carter Conning explains how his history is going futuristic.
Meet Pepper, the newest employee at the Smithsonian. Now the first museum complex to use Pepper robots to enhance the visitor experience.
You walk around the museum and you have to read the things about like sculptures and things. So I think this helps like getting good interaction.
Pepper can tell stories, pose for pictures, and dance. It answers frequently asked questions.
Where are the bathrooms?
Oh, right. Humans need bathrooms.
Another popular question, is Pepper a boy or a girl?
It is one of the most frequently asked questions.
The Smithsonian says the robot has no assigned gender.
Would you like to know more?
When people see Pepper, their faces light up and they just smile, and there's always a crowd.
Pepper is programmed for each exhibit. At the African Art Museum, it teaches basic Swahili.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
SoftBank Robotics donated 25 Peppers to the Smithsonian, valued at $25,000 each. But curators say the 4-foot-tall robots won't be everywhere, and they won't replace docents or volunteers.
Like any other technology, whether it's a tablet or a video or a virtual reality experience, we're always trying to figure out how we can use new tools to engage people.
This is a pilot program. The Smithsonian plans to deploy robots to more museums in June.
Good evening, I'm Nick Mullins. The Ohio baseball team was coming off back-to-back wins against Kent this past weekend. See if they were able to keep up their win streak last night. And the Cleveland Indians have been struggling as of late. Find out if they were able to get the best of former World Series foe last night, next on Newswatch. And stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Feel my face anymore.
Let's go! Going out, going out, going out together, running up the mountain.
You're doing good. You're just a little slow.
There's no time for doubting.
Welcome to madness.
I'm expecting the unexpected. The chicken feet really put me in a foul mood.
Join us for Family Ingredients Season 2.
Show me your mayonnaise, and I'll tell you who you are.
I can't wait to have a taste.
Now that's crispy.
Hello, I'm Paula Kerger, president of PBS. I'd like to tell you about a terrific new membership benefit called PBS Passport. With a qualifying donation, Passport brings more than 1,000 hours of great PBS and local programming to your computer, phone, or digital media player. You can catch up on shows you may have missed or revisit some of your favorites. The best part is that you can watch whenever you want. When you make your qualifying donation, you'll help to make all of the programs you love on this station possible, so don't delay. I know that you're going to love PBS Passport, so please make that donation right now. And thank you for your support.
Welcome back, I'm Nick Mullins. The Ohio softball team took to the field today against the Marshall Thundering Herd after their game yesterday was postponed. The Bobcats would take home the win in a 10-2 ball game. Ohio had 4 players with 3 RBIs, and Daniel Stein improved to 19-5 on the season. The Ohio baseball team traveled a couple hours northwest yesterday in a matchup of in-state rivals between the Dayton Flyers, and the Bobcats jumped out on top with a 1-run in the top of the inning. And then the Flyers didn't let the Bobcats stay on top long. They racked up 5 runs in the bottom of the third. Dayton would add on 1 more run in the 5th for a 6-1 lead. Ohio would tack on 2 more runs in the 9th, but the Bobcats fall to the Flyers 6-3 despite a multi-hit game from junior first baseman Rudy Rout. He has hit safely in 5 straight games. Staying on the diamond, we head to Cleveland, where the Cleveland Indians took on the Chicago Cubs in a rematch of the 2016 World Series. This one had a lot of similarities to that World Series. Top of second, Josh Tomlin on the field. Indians' Kyle Schwarber gets the 2-1 pitch, and that one's out of here. Cubs lead 1-0. Now in the bottom of the third, Cubs leading 3-1 when Cleveland's Jose Ramirez drives the inside pitch to the right field. Rajai Davis coming around third, throw at the plate. That one's in time to end the inning. Then guess who? Top of the 4th, Schwarber again off Josh Tomlin. That one goes deep into the stands. With another solo shot, the Cubs would take the 10-3 win. The Indians will look to bounce back tonight when they face off in a couple minutes. Now Trevor Bauer will be on the mound for Cleveland in that game. Staying in Cleveland, just across the street, the Indians and the Cavaliers will be in action. They will look to take on a 3-2 lead over the Indiana Pacers in round 1 of the playoffs. On Sunday, the Cavs tied the series up 2-2 after a gut-wrenching 104-100 win. LeBron James, who has never lost a first-round playoff series, is averaging 32.5 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. If the Cavs are going to take the lead, they're going to have to knock down the 3 ball at a better percentage than they did in Game 4. The Cavs went 12 for 35 in that game. Cleveland will look to take the 3-2 lead with the game starting in a couple minutes. It's been a busy week in Cleveland between the Cavs, the Indians, but the Browns are on the clock. The Cleveland Browns will officially be on the clock for the 1st overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. They hold the 1st overall pick and the 4th overall pick, and there's been a lot of speculation who the Browns will take. Will it be a quarterback, a running back, or will they make a trade? They have 9 picks overall as the draft spans from tomorrow night to Saturday. And that's all from Newswatch. I'm Nick Mullins. Back to you, Matt.
3 baby manatees have been rescued by Ohio zoos this week. A 1-year-old female named Daphne is at the Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden. A male calf named Heavy Falcon and an unnamed female calf arrived at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium yesterday. The young manatees will be rehabilitated before they are hopefully released into their natural habitat in Florida. Both the Columbus Zoo and the Cincinnati Zoo are part of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services Manatee Rescue and Rehabilitation Partnership. Over to you, Josh, for final weather.
Thanks, Matt. 41 degrees, a cool night, mostly cloudy, will lead to some patchy fogs in the early parts of the morning that will stretch until 10 a.m. tomorrow. Calm winds throughout most of that. Like I said, 64 degrees in Athens. We'll have a dramatic warm-up from the morning into tomorrow around the area. Then looking at our 7-day forecast, see that warm-ups Friday and then Saturday and Sunday. That's when we start to see those clouds get out of our way and will lead to a pretty warm week ahead, Matt.
Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Cudahy. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at woub.org. Have a great night.